Hi, I'm Christine. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my February TBR. I'm so excited that February is here. I am co-hosting a couple read-alongs this month, one of which is a reread for me of one of my favorite series, favorite authors of all time, and then another one is the first time I'll be reading this series. There are also quite a few new releases this month that come out that I'm excited to get to, and today was just announced a novella-thon that's happening in February as well, so February is just going to be jam-packed with all the fun. This month's reading is definitely going to be slimmed down for me. My family and I are actually going on a vacation together to Hawaii, so I'm super excited for that, but we will be gone for quite a bit, so I don't plan on doing that much reading on the trip, but we will see. So these are mostly going to be the new releases and then of course the read-along reads that I am co-hosting. So first up, I'm so excited to be rereading this series. I reread this series every single year since I've read it, so I think this is going to be my fourth reread, which is the ACOTAR series. So Jess from Honest Fiction put together this read-along. She was like, hey, does anybody want to reread this series with me? And I was like, yes, count me in. Like, I'm always down for an SJM read-along. We're doing the 4 books in the ACOTAR series, so A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wings and Ruin, and then the novella A Court of Frost and Starlight. So we're going to be keeping this pretty casual and reading 2 books for each month. So we're going to be starting in February on February 1st. So you can read the first 2 books in the series, A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury, anytime that you can. And then we'll have a live show at the end of February, which I'll put all the info for that in the graphic here. And then in March, we'll be doing the same thing with a live show at the end of the month for A Court of Wings and Ruin and A Court of Frost and Starlight. Like I mentioned, this is my 4th time rereading this series, and I'm just obsessed with SJM, her entire universe and world, and all of her books. Like, I have notes and notes and notes upon notes for every single one of her books. And so in the past, I have always read her books physically or with ebooks. And so this is the first time that I'm going to try the audiobooks. And I think I want to do the graphic audios. I know that they're all available on Hoopla, so I'm going to do that and try it out for the series. I've heard great things about it. It will be my first time trying a graphic audio, so we'll see how it goes. I hope you join us for this fun read along, whether you're rereading it like all of us or reading it for the first time, or just want to like come on the live shows and gush with us about the series. Like, we're here for it. And then also in February, at the end of the month, we're going to have a live show for the Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. Carrie from Book for Romance put together this read-along. She was like, hey, I'm super excited for the 2nd season of Shadow and Bone on Netflix. Like, let's get together and read the duology to prep for the 2nd season. I'm so excited. I had only read the Shadow and Bone trilogy in the past from Leigh Bardugo, and this duology I had never got to, but I did really enjoy the Netflix adaptation of season 1, which they combined both book series together, which, I mean, they exist in the same world, but for the Netflix adaptation, they combined them, whereas in the books, I don't believe they have like a crossover like that, but we'll see because I've never read the duology. So I'm super excited. These have been on my TBR. They've been on my shelves for years, and so I'm so excited to read these for the first time. And again, I will put the graphic here, but we're having a live show at the end of February for both books in the series. I know usually I talk about book club reads as well in my TBRs. This month I actually don't have any that I know of have been announced yet. The ones that were announced, like for the Historical Hellions and Jess's like Patreon book club pick, I have read those already because, like I mentioned, my family and I are going on that trip, and so I wanted to get as many books read for February in advance that I could. So instead we're going to roll right into new releases. On February 7th is The Right Move by Liz Tomford. This is going to be the follow-up book to her super popular hockey romance book, Mile High. So in this book, we're following characters we've already met in that book, which this one is going to be the brother of the heroine of book 1, and he's actually a basketball player, so we're going to go to a different sport, so that's going to be super fun. And then also on February 7th is Twisted by Emily McIntyre. This is the 4th book, I want to say, in her Never After series. This is like fractured kind of fairy tales, but with the villains getting their HEAs. I've had a great time with this series, and so I'm excited to get to that one. On February 9th, Kennedy Ryan is having an Audible exclusive audio, which is coming home. I'm so excited for this. I believe it's a novella. I know nothing about this, just that it is Kennedy Ryan, who I'm absolutely obsessed with, and so I know I'm going to love this one and can't wait to dive in. On February 10th is Powerless by Elsie Silver. When I am filming this, I actually just got the arc of it on my Kindle this morning, and so I'm so excited to dive in. So I will probably have read it before it comes out, but yeah, it does come out on February 10th. This is, of course, the 3rd book in her series following up Heartless, which was one of my favorite books of 2022. So I'm so excited for this book. I believe the hero is a hockey player. Like, I don't know too much about it. I just know it's Elsie Silver. I know it's a follow-up to Heartless. Like, I'm going to be obsessed. And then on February 15th is Hail Mary by Candy Steiner. This is the 4th book, and I believe, is it Red Rivals, Red Wings, something like that, her sports romance series. So this is like a new adult college level football series. And I'm excited for this one. All the couples in this series are all in the same like friend group. Some of them all play football together. And I know we met the characters and like the setup of this book in Quarterback Sneak, the 3rd book in the series. So I'm excited to get to this one. Then on February 23rd is How to Marry a Marble Marquis by C.M. Nacosta. I'm so excited for this one. I know it's historical, monster romance, like count me in. And then I have some other fantasy romances that I want to get to this month. So one of which is Between Wrath and Mercy by Jess Wisecup. The audio for this one was just released recently. I'm excited for this one. It has been on my TBR since last January when the book came out, and so I definitely need to get to it. Another one is Praying for Rain by B.B. Easton. I'm obsessed with post-apocalyptic romance series with like the Claire Kent, the Kindled series, obsessed with it. And so this one is one that I've always heard recommended. It has been on my Kindle for years and years, and so I definitely need to get to this trilogy. I also want to try to get to Rhapsodic by Laura Thalassa. This one was recommended to me from Rachel Reads and Sings. She was reading it and had a great time with it, and she said it definitely gave her vibes of like A Court of Mist and Fury, and I was like, say less, like I need this right now. Which this one will actually be my first read from Laura Thalassa. I have had her other series like The Four Horsemen with Pestilence on my Kindle for years and years. Haven't got to it, but I think Rhapsodic is the one that I want to start with. Then I just put Evil Twin by Kate Wilde on my TBR this morning after I watched Avery from Ava Reads Romances from her recent video. She had her announcement video for the Novellathon that she is hosting with some like novella recommendations in there as well. And I heard about this one and I was like, I need it. I'm downloading it right now. She said it's an amazing fantasy romance novella with like twins, and like I trust her recommendations so much, and so I didn't need to know anymore. So this is just me checking in a day later, but I am sitting here and I was scrolling through Instagram after filming a couple videos, and I saw Avery just posted another recommendation for like the Novellathon next month. So I said I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get to this just because of like we're going on a family trip during that week, but now I'm like novellas, like I feel like I could fit those in on vacation, like right? I can do this, right? So I just download the other Katie Wilde that she just posted, which was like I think The Stoneheart Bride. I will post a picture of it here. So like maybe I'm gonna do this. I don't know. We'll see. Like, so my February TBR, I might be adding a couple more novellas as well. So I just wanted to check in and say that because yeah, I'm like trying to fit in all the readathons because why not? And I also do want to try to get to Daughter of No Worlds. I've heard amazing things about this series, specifically from Jesson Reads Romance and Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life. I know they both loved this one, and I know it is a complete trilogy, so I do want to get to it. And then also, this is the same author who wrote The Serpent and Wings of Night. Want to get to that one too. I know this is though her new series she's working on, so this is the only book out so far, but I know everybody has been obsessed with it, and so I'm very excited to get to it as well. So those are the books that I plan to get to in February. Like I mentioned, I am focusing on new releases, also the read-alongs that I'm co-hosting, and then a couple of fantasy romances that I want to try to make a priority as well this month. It is going to be a busy month for me with the traveling, and so we'll see how much reading I actually get done. Hopefully all of it. Let me know in the comments what you plan to get to in February, or if you've read any of the books that I have talked about, I'd love to know. Or if you're going to join us in any of the read-alongs, I'd love to know that as well. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I'll see you in my next one.